Hello, Future Bestsellers. We have had a little bit of technical difficulties behind the scenes. So, yeah, anyway, I don't know if I think I told you guys the Horror Geek had gotten me a fancy new camera for Valentine's Day, which I was very excited about. And the last time I used it was last week or week before last, I guess. And I have not used it since. And this morning I was like, I can't figure out how to set up the camera. And we don't have the lights set up yet and all this other stuff. So, and then Robert had some technical difficulties, and Michelle has has an appointment and she's coming back from that. And so it was like one of those things where I was like, ah. So anyway, how are you guys doing today? Now we know that it's just chaos and insanity over here. How are you guys? What are you guys doing today? So, Horror Geek, thank you very much for coming in to help me with the camera at the last minute. I appreciate it. I was like, help, it won't work. So, in the kind of calm, peaceful demeanor that I always have. Anyway, okay. Hey, Mary, good to see you today. We are super, super happy to see you. Horror Geek again. All right, you guys, let us know what you're working on today. So here's the thing. I have really been struggling to write a little bit this week. And I'm not sure if it's because I have just a ton of stuff on my plate right now, or if it's because I've started a new book project. But I'm just feeling like, just like I'm finding excuses to do things other than write, which is not good if you are an author. So do you guys ever have that where you're just like, where you just have to make yourself write? It's kind of crazy because, writing has always been the thing that I like to do most. And so to be in this spot now where I'm like, come on, get there. I know it's just a mindset thing where I have to really remember how fun writing it is and how fun writing is and how being an author is the greatest gig in the universe. And you'd think that would be enough, but sometimes it also takes chocolate and things like that. So I don't know. Is it just me or do you guys feel like that? All right. So let's take some comments. Thank you. I know I had a quick fear as I was going live, but it was too late to change my clothes. Like, oh my God, do I look naked? I am wearing a dress. I'm wearing a little sundress. It's just pink and strappy. So anyway, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, Vixen. I'm super glad to see you today. Bring on the chaos. Yes, that is exactly it. Mary says, similar chaos here, but it's the front door. You can't shut the front door. Oh my God. I had that happen one time. There was, there was a lot of rain. It had swollen. It was like double doors and we could not get them to close. And I don't remember how we fixed them. I think we just had to kind of wait, but it was just like terrifying to not have your door be, able to close. It's kind of important for a house to have a door. Of course, you guys have all those dogs, so that's like a built-in security system. Lainey says, I felt blocked this week too. Hoping today really shakes loose the dust. All right, I'm here for that. Very nice. Duct tape fixes everything, right? Maybe I need a little duct tape on my laptop. Okay, part of the reason I struggled this week is that I started off poorly. Monday, I think I told you guys last week I'd gotten a new MacBook, which I really needed because the keys were literally flying off my old one and it was constantly out of storage. I was due for an upgrade. But you guys remember this bad boy, right? The keyboard. Oh, the lighting's weird in here. It's very bright. All right. My ASIO keyboard that I love does not work. The Bluetooth does not work with my new Mac. Every other thing works with my Mac. Every other like Bluetooth device works with my new Mac. And every other like digital device I have, like my phone, my tablets, all that, they all work with the keyboard, but they don't work together. And I think that was it. Like I was so excited to get writing. And then instead I spent like 3 hours with Apple Care and then time with ASIO. And that kind of sucks. Chocolate plus wine or chocolate wine. I have no idea what. Oh, thank you. I have no idea what that was referring to, but it's just too awesome not to do. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Booktube Goddess, hello. We are super glad to see you today. Very, very nice. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate it. All right, you guys. So, what are you going to be working on today? I am working on a nonfiction project that I have just started, and as I said, I'm off to a slow sludge-like start. So, hopefully, our collective energy will get us all like, like that. Solo Lisa. Aw, thank you so much. I'm pretty sure it's because I have a new and improved camera and I'm not just shooting the live stream off my thing, but I will take the compliment. Thank you so much. So, all right. I've been going to this facialist called the Fairy Skin Mother, which the horror geek thinks is super creepy. Like, he just think it's super creepy, but I think it's like very magical. So, before we get started, I want to know what you guys think. Fairy Skin Mother, creepy or awesome? All right. So, we are going to get started today with a 5-minute warm up. But before we do that, I want to hear what you guys are working on in the chat. So, will you please write down what you're going to be working on today, and we will all work on it. All right, hold on just 1 second here. I've lost the thread. All right, so what are you guys working on? Let us know. In the meantime, I'm going to set up our 5-minute timer. There we go. We're going to make that. All right, everybody. So 5 minutes on the clock. We're going to get all warmed up, get your drink. They were out of pink drinks today, so I do not get to coordinate my outfit with my Starbucks. But yeah, tell us what you're working on. All right, here we go, guys. We're going to get warmed up in 3, 2, 1. Sprint. Okay, we are back, and you will see that Robert Jones is with us today, the story detective. I did not do any kind of intro. I just randomly started talking. I think I was just flustered by the total like camera meltdown right before I started. So, hi, Robert. How are you today?
I'm okay.
Okay. Okay.
I'm in avatar form, but I am here.
Oh my gosh.
The voice from beyond the magnifying glass.
I feel that. I definitely feel that. So, what are you going to be working on today?
I'm going to be working on my manuscript. Still working on the rewrites. I'm still working on the third quarter. I'm a little over halfway through it, and still replotting, still rewriting. But good ideas are coming, so that's good.
That's good. That's really good. So before we get started, since we're 17 minutes in, let's do our introduction, shall we? I did not even introduce myself. I just randomly started talking. So I'm sure anybody who's here for the first time is like, what is happening? So let's just pretend like we had a calmer beginning now that we've had our 5-minute rest break. Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa Daly. Welcome to our live stream writing sprints today. With me, as always, is my fantastic co host, story detective Robert Jones, who is incognito today because he is deep in solving a mystery. So, Robert, would you tell us a little about you and your awesome channel?
Well, my awesome channel is the Story Detective, and I take my experience from being an artist in comics and a writer and other forms of storytelling and put it under my Sherlockian microscope and break down the craft to give the viewer a better idea of where to go so they won't make the same mistakes that I did.
Excellent. Well, you have so many great videos, and we are so excited to see the new videos as they come up. I am Lisa Daly. I'm a traditionally hybrid author, actually, traditionally published and indie published author. And on my channel, we talk about how to write a book you're super proud of and get it published. So I am wanting to go over to the chat today because I want to see what everybody is working on today. Horror geek, not cool. Not cool, buddy. Don't talk about my new BFF that way. Mary is still working on the Hooker book, aka Cat House Chaos or Tricked. Ooh, I sort of love Tricked. Although
Yeah.
Cat House Chaos has like that's got a nice ring to it. So yeah, like it. All right, I'm excited about that. Mary's working from home today, gets to fix up her desk area. That is always a good thing. And some journalism. Okay, so you are also feeling the big block. So it can be your creative workspace. I find like when things are like too chaotic in my office, like if my desk kind of starts getting out of control, I'm a really big believer that your external environment often reflects your internal environment. So I feel that when like my desk and my office area gets sort of cluttery, I start to feel like that. Or maybe because I feel like that, it gets all cluttery, but it usually helps if I can clean things out a bit. So, Mary, I'm going to say thank you today because maybe that's part of the reason. Maybe my office space is not clear enough.
Yeah, I'm the same way, and I'm considering maybe over the next month or so, maybe just redesigning my studio because I reworked it before the whole chaos of COVID, and now
Mm-hmm.
I feel like some of that COVID energy may be trapped here, and I just need to clear things out and get a new design.
I think that there is something to that for sure. Yeah, I didn't even think about that because, like, in feng shui, you would like sage the room and, try and sort of clear out some of that stuff. But I think too, we do tend to get stuck. Sometimes a little rearranging kind of helps makes things feel better.
Yep,
Um,
mental memories can stagnate, and definitely it was a stagnant couple of years. So yeah,
yeah.
why not
Yeah.
freshen things up?
That's a really great idea. That's a really great idea. I sort of was inspired to do that same thing. Like we've had sort of a crazy several years as everybody has during the pandemic. And we had moved into our new place right before COVID, not very long before COVID hit. And so we still have like boxes that we have not unpacked, which you think spending so much time at home would have made, but no, it was just like busy. And I just have been feeling like I need everything to be pretty and clear of clutter. And so my closet was one of the areas that I had not fully unpacked. And I love it. Like this weekend, I spent like, I just organized everything. I got new shelving and little pretty baskets and all that stuff. And now I'm feeling awesome. So I'm going to try and do that the rest of the house, but I think I should do it for my office. Although I sort of dig my setup. I don't know if I want to change it. Well, I don't know. It would be good for the energy, right? But I don't have that big of an office, and I love to look at the water while I write. So most of the key elements are kind of immovable.
Yeah, same here. It is small, but I kind of like certain aspects looking at some of my past videos of my older setup. So I might do a combination of things and, work it in a little bit differently.
I always feel like your office setup is first of all, you should definitely do an office tour when you're done, so we can all see what we can all peek in and see what you're doing.
I did a little tour of how it looks now. I think it was the video I did last fall when I was putting up Halloween decorations. So I gave a little brief mini tour then, but
yeah. Right. I think there's something cool about that. I always feel like your kind of writing space is what you sort of expect a person who's writing Sherlockian mysteries space with. Like it just fits. Like if I were writing a movie about that, or if I were, set decorating for a character of Robert Jones, I'm pretty sure your office would be exactly what I was aiming for.
Yeah, I've tried to make it a little piece of everything that I've been interested in or have worked on along the way. So there's Sherlock, there's comics, and a lot of retro stuff.
Yeah, that's you, Robert. So Abby says, working on audit reports today, not too exciting, but I'm a data geek, so I'm in hog heaven. My remote job helps me mull over writing during work hours. So later, right, there's something really great about that your brain is occupied with the task that's not necessarily writing related, but you're still it's like being in the shower, like where your brain is still kind of processing, but you're doing something that doesn't require that part of your brain. So super cool. Abby says disembodied Robert voiceover. Right.
I've never been a disembodied voice before. I'm feeling like I have a supernatural power now.
I know. Oh my gosh. Cluttered office equals cluttered mind. Clear office equals clear mind. I'm a minimalist who lives in a house of hoarders. No. The hoard geek. Oh my gosh. He has so many books and things. Although so do I. But I like things to be really clean and clutter free. I get very anxious. This is why I've been like running around going, we have to organize everything. All right. Vixen says, Robert, I'm feeling the same way. I did this office to get me through, and now I'm ready for a refresh.
Yeah. As you work in a space too, you do find your way in it, especially if it's a new space or you're putting it together for the first time. And redesigning my room a couple of years ago, I've learned a few things along the way, and it just needs an update.
Yeah, that a lot of times just moving things around, getting everything cleaned out, sort of displaying different items that were already there. You're just sort of bringing things to the forefront that give you joy and make you feel peaceful or creative or excited or whatever that is. So, Mary, that is super, super cool. I remember going to the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta when I was a kid. My mother had some brief period of time where she was like super into ballooning. Like we never owned one, but she would go and crew for other people and she took a ton of pictures. I think that was why she got into it. And I remember like going a couple years, but 1 year in particular, to the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta, which if you've never been, and I'm not generally a person who loves stuff where you go out and stand in a field all day, but if you've never been, it's kind of awesome because there are approximately 1 billion balloons that all fly up in the hot air balloons that all fly up in the air at the same time or around the same time. And it's just like stunning. It's completely amazing. All right. I know that we all came here to write today and not talk about my childhood experiences. So I feel like it's probably a good time for us to do a 20-minute rating sprint. So let's go ahead and
Sounds
get that.
good.
Yeah, let's get that timer up on the screen here. There we go. Okay, that's weird. Oh, it must just be like, I'm like, why is it so odd? All right, here you go, guys. Let's go ahead. I've got 20 minutes up on the clock. We're going to get started with our writing sprint in just a second. Before that, I want to make sure you take a big sip of water, stretch your shoulders and your fingers, and let's get rolling. We are going to make this 20 minutes count. Let's do it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, sprint.
Okay, Lisa's gone. It's just the disembodied voice show now. So how did everybody do? I did pretty good. Oops. Starting a new scene, though, on my end, and feeling things out. There she is.
StreamYard kicked me out. I don't know what it was. Like, and I'd come back. And
For a second, you blipped on, and then you blipped right back off again.
Right, exactly. And I think I'm somehow on the live stream too, because I've got like, I'm hearing it in my ear. Oh, I know why, because it just went right to this. So, all right, we're good now. Sorry about that. I literally, like, it kicked me out. I didn't even push a button this time, you guys. And it kicked me out, and then when I tried to get back in, it would not let me back in. So that wasn't good. But thank you for jumping right in there, Robert. I really do appreciate it. You're a team player, buddy. I love that. So how did you guys do? I've got like too many. Okay, can I say, not a fan of the fact that Mac put the headphone jack on the wrong side now. Anyway, so let's talk to you guys in the chat, see how you did. How did you do, Robert, on that last one?
I did well. I was just saying I'm starting a new scene and trying to figure out a few details to get things moving along, but I've got some ideas, and it's taking shape.
Well, that's good. Thank you very much, Amy, for reminding me that my microphone was across the room. I'm back now. So very, very good. All right. Yeah. Oh, this is why. Amy comes in, StreamYard kicks me out. All right. Very, very nice. Oh gosh. I'm really having like tech difficulties today. I know there's a full moon. At least I think it was yesterday, right? I don't know what is happening, but all of a sudden I can only see giant comments. I can't, like, you guys, gremlins are getting me. I don't know what is happening. Okay, wait, hold on. Actual size. Yay, we're back. Okay. So, yeah, we are definitely having some gremlin issues today. Thank you, Amy. We are always glad that you're here, but we know what you're bringing. Right? Is it a full moon? I'm pretty sure it is. It was like yesterday or today. Hi, Angela. We are super glad to see you today. Abby says, return of the bat sit. Thank you very much. Aw, thank you, Angela. You're so sweet. Yes, I was a mile away from the microphone because it's harder to like type. So I push it aside. Also, now it's trying to go somewhere else. Jen's here. Hi, Jen, writes Romance. We are so happy to see you today. Mary says, yes, it was a full moon. Well, that explains why everything is like today. Got much of the busy morning week done. Yay! Very nice. Very nice. Is that true? I think it must be.
I've lost track of the moon and the days over the past week. It's just kind of a blur. I'm surprised I know it's Wednesday and I'm here.
Yeah, well, we're all very fortunate that you did make it today, full moon and everything. Although we had some problems earlier, like trying to figure out the avatar. So yeah, so it's kind of funny. The only reason I was thinking it was a full moon is because I saw it last night. We have like a preserve kind of in front of our house, so there's not a lot of like light pollution, and so it was like we always have great view of like the stars or the moon, and the moon was like big and bright last night, and I kept thinking about that song, Blue Moon of da da da. I can't think of the stupid state. I know it's a state, Blue Moon of something. I don't know. I'm not if someone knows the answer, please tell me before I make myself insane. Okay, so AJ Rowe. Amy says, I'm here to offer my technomancer gremlin wrangling services just for my favorite authors here. Aw, thank you so much. Kentucky. This made me crazy for like 3 days. I could have just looked it up on the internet. No, but instead I've been like, tick, 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 tick. All right, nice. Oh, look at you. It's so fancy here on the stream today. Very nice. Well, thank you for sharing that because it would have made me insane. I think did Patsy Cline sing a version of that? I feel like that's the one I have in my head.
I'm not
Is that,
sure.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm not, again, not like I think it's an old song. I think I'm pretty sure those are the only words of it that I know. Keep on a shining. But yeah, anyway. Okay. Yes. I think that's true for most of my live streams. I'm glad you guys are here for it. I really just appreciate it. See, Angela is a music promoter. That makes total sense. Got it. Paget's here. Hello, Paget. We are super excited you're here today.
I'm waving. You just can't see my invisible hand.
Are your hands invisible, or we just can't? This is one of Robert's many, many superpowers. And the reason he first went to Marvel was because he has invisible hands. Okay, Angela says, yes, she was one of several, and Bill was impressed with all the cover. Look at you. You really do know your stuff. Nice work. Okay. So when we talked earlier about being stuck with writing, I want to know what you guys do to get unstuck. So one thing we talked about earlier is cleaning out your writing space so that it is not so cluttery, right? I think there is something about, clean mind, clutter mind kind of deal. What else do you do? I meditate a lot. I remind myself that writing is fun and awesome and I love it. And that does help when I'm kind of in a blocked sort of mood. What do you guys do when you're stuck? What do you do, Robert?
I walk, I read. I've definitely, since I shut down social media temporarily, have read a lot more lately than I've read, I would say, in recent months. So that's a good thing. And that's helped to jar ideas and put things in place. All of those little missing details that wasn't there the first time around are kind of forming. There's still a couple more that needs to be formed. So I'm going to have to take a walk later.
I feel that. Abby says, heck, Robert could be playing with his mini lightsabers and we just can't. He's like, yeah, I love that. I think that's true. I think I'm pretty sure
now.
I know, right? Exactly. Jen says, hi. I search for things to add to my playlist to get in a mood. That is also a really good thing to do. This is one of the things that I do when I'm writing fiction is, you guys know I always listen to ocean sounds, but the other thing that I will do is listen to specific music for specific scenes, like just a one song that I play over and over again on repeat. And I find that if I play the same song over and over again, it sort of gets me into the flow of the scene, but it also doesn't distract me. Like if I was listening to a playlist, I would be singing along in my head. It wouldn't work for me. But if I listen to the same song on repeat, I find that does not happen. Back into the story. Oh, right. We knew that was the mood you were talking about, but thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, sometimes changing up music or changing up keyboards, things like that help.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of my retro writing devices and different keyboards is partly because of that, because I started changing and realized that they had different feel, for different keyboards. And I just like the keyboards too much to stop.
I know that's true about you, Robert. I do know that that's true about you. So, yeah, I do that too. I used to switch from computer to paper. That helps sometimes. Abby, so whenever I'm stuck, I kid you not, taking a shower at work, getting clean or cleaning the house. I will tell you why, because when you take a shower, you have all these negative ions happening from when the water is like hitting the solid surface up like this, in case you don't know how a shower works. Yeah, you get all these negative ions and you feel better. This is why, like, when people say, like, oh, you've had like a bad day, you should take a shower and you'll feel better. And this is also why you feel better when you're at the beach. It's all those negative ions from the water, from the waves crashing. And yeah, exactly.
And showering, shaving, all of that kind of helps. Anything that you get your physical body in an activity that you don't have to think too much about. I remember Saul Stein saying that his best ideas came from showering and shaving in the morning, and that's when he would think about things.
Yeah, because you're not like, you have to do a repetitive task that you've done a million
Mhm.
times. You're washing your hair, you're shaving your legs. Well, maybe not him, but me. And so you have to do all these things in the shower, but you're not really thinking about them because they're just rote. You've just been doing them for so long. And yeah, this is why people always have great ideas in the shower
Yeah.
because yeah, you're in there, you're doing your thing, but and you have just enough distraction to, to let your mind, sort of flow creatively. I think it's pretty cool.
Making breakfast, washing dishes, those little household things that don't take a whole lot of thought that you can kind of think while you do it.
Mhm,
Get out of your
mhm.
own way and let your subconscious take over.
Yeah. Oh, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Amy says, "I use the instrumental study music on playlists and stations so I don't have to touch it for a few hours." I think that is a great idea. I also just put up like a super sprint video a couple months ago, which is like 52 minutes of work time and I think 17 minutes of rest time, which is like the optimal sprint length for productivity. And that helps me, I find. Like I get a lot more done in that like 52-minute sprint than I do in some other ones. Booktube Goddess wants an explanation of retro writing advices or retro, that's hard to say.
Okay.
Retro writing devices.
Well,
And
that's a
now,
term I came up with for older laptops and older word processors. I'm currently working on a word processor that's from 1997, and it's a dedicated word processor, and the program is still as good as anything that you would get today. It's just that the screen and the unit itself is pretty clunky. I have
mhm.
another, even older word processor on my desk that needed a belt fixed in the floppy disk drive, so I had to wait for some parts on that and getting around to fixing it, but that's my next project.
That's so cool. So, and other people would look at those like, word processor from 1987 and think that is crap and and let's donate it for parts or whatever. I love the fact that you like refurbish these things.
I
And
see
one
some
oh, go
people,
ahead.
like, computer geeks buying them, like, for collector's
Mhm.
items, and they'll be like, "This would be interesting if I could only hook it up to this or that and play games on it." It's always about playing games, but what
Yeah.
they don't realize is these things were, created to write, and writers write the games that they play and the books that's on their shelves, and if you use them for what they were actually intended to be used for, they still have use because retro writing devices and distraction-free writing devices, they're
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah. Well, that's it. The distraction-free writing advices. Distraction-free writing devices are super useful because how many times like my lovely MacBook, will give me a little, ding, somebody just called or ding, this is on sale at Pottery Barn or whatever. Like even when I hit the do not disturb or whatever, I feel like if I'm like really in the zone, it'll, go longer. And yeah, it
Mhm.
it can be really distracting. Even if you try to not be distracted on your laptop, you have so many apps and Facebook's right there.
Yes,
Yeah.
and this just has writing stuff, so it's, it did have an internet and an email connection for dial-up back in the day. It was kind of limited, but now that's useless, so it really is a distraction-free writing device, and there's very few of this. I think I mentioned this before on one of the streams, but there were 2 different options for this particular word processor, and one was a bit higher end and more expensive that I think may have been direct sales, so unless there's collectors out there that have them, the only 2 that I know of are in, like, laptop museums, and
Really?
I found a working unit on eBay, and the guy was taking offers, and I offered him, like, 75 bucks for it, and he took it. It's worth several $100 at least.
You are so good at that. You are so good at that. So Mary says, I also use Lisa's method for writing scenes, listening to one song on repeat till the scene is finished. And then after it's written, I will play it again as I read it. When the whole draft is done, I listen to each song on the playlist and the scenes. Oh, I love that. I love that. Very, very nice. All right. Oh, yeah, California drought sucks. Mary says, I call it a book soundtrack, like a movie soundtrack from my imagination. Love that. That's exactly right. Jen says, I love my old word processor. I don't even know what happened to it. I know, I'm sure I have like every Mac I've ever had, I think, or most of them.
I have a few Macs. I didn't start buying Macs until really not that long ago. So there's, even if I bought every generation, I probably wouldn't have half of them. So
Angela says, I'd love to find someone to fix my Alpha Smart. Perhaps Robert can point you in the right direction.
I haven't tried to fix an Alpha Smart, but it's probably pretty easy. It's, some wires and connections, and a lot of these things are plug and play. And once you open them up, you can see if wires are loose or something came, Otherwise, they're all over eBay for like $50.
Yeah, very, very good. Distraction-free writing advice, right? We all need a little bit of that. All right, speaking of distraction-free writing, let's do a sprint. All right, I have got to go back to our, oh, there we go. Let me go back to our little doohickey there, our little timer. Of course, I have 7,000 windows open on my laptop, as always. All right, guys, and ladies and cats and other beings, let's go ahead and get started with our next sprint, shall we? All right, we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. You've got this. Okie dokie. Very nice. How did everybody do on that last sprint? Let us know in the chat. So I did not, I was just like writing so much. I did not like realize 20 minutes had gone past. It was so fast.
It did
So
go
fast.
fast.
Right? It did. It really did. So Angela says, when we were talking before about her her Alpha Smart, she said it's a keystroke issue. So maybe you can help her with that. That would be really
If it's
fantastic.
the keyboard, you would have to buy a different Alpha Smart to replace that keyboard because nothing else is going to fit it. So you'd be better off just buying a new Alpha Smart because you're going to have to potentially find one that's sold cheap for parts and then replace it. So it's a lot of work for nothing.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good advice though, because otherwise she might be trying to, track down a way to figure it out, to fix it.
Yeah.
Hello, Shannon. We are super glad to see you. Thank you very much for the like. I appreciate it. Mama Ward is here. Like and lurk today. Thank you. Be blessed and happy productivity to all. Well, I love that. Look at that. We just got a bunch of people coming in today. Hello, Heather. We are glad to see you today. Pageant, right? Thank you. It works so well for me. Although there are it is funny because there are songs where I hear them now, on my playlist or whatever, that just sort of randomly pop up that I did that with for a book, and I'm like instantly transported back to the book scene. There is a scene that I with 15 Minutes of Shame, with like really sad scene that I was writing, and I had I think it's called Colors or Colors Seem to Fade. It's this like really sad song that I listened to approximately 1,000 times while I was writing that book. And I heard it the other day. It like popped up on my playlist just randomly, and it just like took me right back to the scene. So it's kind of funny how powerful that is. But it also saves you some time when you're writing, because your brain, it's like a cue for your brain, like, oh, this is what we're doing. Just like if you drive by McDonald's, you think, I want French fries. It's the same kind of trigger when you do that with a song.
Mhm.
So love,
I
love,
got
love.
CDs that I've used for like most of NaNoWriMo just on repeat over and over. Once I got going, I just kept going with it if the mood was there.
Right? Right. Yeah, exactly. Happy International Women's Day. Yes. Absolutely. Mary went through a tray full of receipts and put them into Fetch Rewards. Oh, that's cool. All right. Everybody's here today. Vanessa, hello. Welcome to the stream. Vanessa is new. Find it so helpful to do these sprints with others. As regards to music, for me, it has to be silent. Music just distracts me. I completely understand that. I have to either have it on repeat, ocean sounds, as you guys know, I like that, or silent. But almost always I'm listening to ocean sounds. So
Sometimes silence is good.
yeah.
For me, the window isn't good. I'm in front of a window now, and while I have a view of trees and nature, which is great, I
Yeah.
also have a view overlooking a parking lot since I'm in an apartment building, and sometimes people are moving in and out, and
Hmm.
that can be distracting.
Yeah, I totally get that. My office view is what you guys hear that sneeze way out here? Bless you, horror geek. My office has a great water view, but I have this Himalayan salt lamp that I keep on in my office, and little bugs are attracted to the light, and so this is kind of funny. So for the whole time I've lived here, I'm like, I'm going to take the screens off of my windows because there's so much nature outside. Like there are all these turtles swimming yesterday. We have alligators that hang out on the little island. It's just a nature extravaganza out there, which I do love. But I was going to take the screens off so I would have a clearer view, so I'd be able to take pictures, etc. But what happened is, because I put in this little Himalayan salt lamp, and these little tiny bugs are attracted to the screen and they get stuck. I have this tiny yellow bird. It's like this big, tiny yellow bird every day that hangs out on my screen, like right there, like 4 feet away from me, hangs out on my window screen and eats all the little bugs. It's like a bug buffet for the little bird. And I have two, or she have two sets of windows that are equally impacted, although the front one on the water side, which is the one that I'm looking out of all the time, is the one that gets the most bugs because it's the closest to the lamp. And so I have this darling yellow, I don't even know what kind of bird it is. It's teeny tiny and it's yellow. And I love it. And it's distracting, but it's like a good distraction. Shannon says, hello and welcome to Vanessa Williams. We are super glad. Aw, thank you so much. Yes. Oh, we love that. Love, love, love. EJ is here. Hello, EJ. We are super glad to see you today. I listen to a fireplace or sounds of winter snow or rain.
Rain is great. I love
yeah.
thunderstorms. And we
Yeah.
had snow like a few days ago where there were like little ice crystals hitting the glass, and that was kind of neat too.
I love that. You know what? It's funny because I do think those nature sounds can be so great. And you guys know I like the little binaural beat underneath there, which helps a lot too. Vanessa says, thank you. Turtles, alligators, yellow birds, bug buffet. We have the bunny rabbit salad bar. You guys do have a nice little piece of property out there, it looks like, with all the dogs and the bunnies. We have a lot of bunnies too, actually. We have like this big clump of seagrass in the front, and I'm pretty sure that is a home to many bunnies because they're always like coming out. And in the spring, we often get little tiny bunnies, which I love. And everything grows so fast in Florida. I don't plant any vegetables, so I'm like happy for them to all be in my yard. EJ says YouTube has a lot of great ambient scenery to focus. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Absolutely true. All right, you guys, it's 12:30 and we have time for another sprint. So I think we should get through it. Let me go ahead and find the sprint. All right, find the timer is what I was trying to say. What have I done here? All right. Here we go. So let's get ready for our third. Is it our third sprint? I think so. Anyway, let's get ready for our next sprint. We're going to put 20 minutes up on the clock. Hopefully, there we go. And we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Sprint. Okay. I can't remove the thing. Do you ever have that where you're like, oh, all the stuff I'm normally doing doesn't work today. So, all right. I'm having that. We're good. As soon as I get the banner turned off, I think we'll all be good. So, I got a ton done today. How did you do, Robert?
I finished my scene. It's a bit rough and ragged, but after lunch, I'll read a bit and think about it.
That is very that's good though. I mean, honestly, I think there's something really fabulous about reading your work. Right? I mean, doesn't it feels so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of got to get stuff down sometimes just to get it down and then
Yes.
work it out along the way.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. Well, let's take some comments really fast and then we will hit the road. We've only got about 6 minutes to go. Hi, dog. We're
Hey,
super
Del.
glad to see you today. We're so glad you're here. Mary made a great amount of progress. How did the rest of you guys do? Let us know in the chat how you made it out today. Biggest issue is yep. Got it. Command center for household stuff. I totally get that. Abby says, "Hola, Dalcito." Very nice. Very, very nice. Good job. All right, that's good. Cafecito is ready, and today I'll be working on that script about writer's block and discipline. Well, Doll, you missed our awesome conversation today. We were talking about what do you do when you're feeling blocked, and a lot of people were feeling super blocked this week. So I blame the moon. So yeah, Doll, we're super excited about that. If you have a link already, you can drop that in the chat if you want before we go. Eva, also cleaning office, just found a box with old letters from when my husband was in a basic training. Such a dork, a romantic dork. You're making me swoon right now. It's so fantastic. I love that. Oh, yeah. Oh, Mama Ward, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, congratulations on the book launch. We will all be pulling for you. I hope your migraine goes away. That is the freaking worst. I think I just canceled the stream like a couple weeks ago because of that. Shannon, transferring to a new newsletter platform. I'm curious, where are you going from what to what? You know, I'm all about the newsletter. Love, love, love. Very nice. Doll's happy you're progressing, Robert.
It is progressing pretty well.
Yeah, everybody's sending good wishes to Maggie. Angela, working on scene cards, so I'm ready for dance party tonight. Mary did not write much, but fixed the front door and got a big chair out of my office. Clear office, clear mind, right? Yes, that's exactly right. Aw, thank you so much. Yeah. No links yet. I'm scripting those videos. I have plenty of info, but I have to script. I got it. I'm sorry. I was thinking that you were saying that you were releasing them. We saved the letters both ways. I'm afraid to see what I wrote. Oh no, it was probably incredibly heartfelt and romantic and aw. All right. Ooh, from MailChimp to author.email, only $10.99 for an audience of 10K and under, and I have 7K. Shannon, 7K. Nice job. Very nice. Very nice. I'm very glad to hear that. I'll have to check out that platform. You guys know I use MailerLite, which I've used for a long time, and they've improved their platform, but they're also a lot more expensive than they used to be when I first started with them. So I'm interested in checking it out. I kind of go back and forth like between ConvertKit, which is even more expensive but has a ton of really great features too. MailerLite or some other thing. So I'm going to check it out. Thank you very much for letting us know about that today. Very good. Let us know. Built for authors in mind. I really like that. Sometimes those things are great, and sometimes they're so restrictive because they're like, no, you need it this way. So I'm definitely going to check that out though, because I do a ton of emails, as you guys know. So cool. All right. Well, we are almost all finished and out of time today. Let's do our outros really quickly before we go. Story Detective Robert Jones, tell us a little about you and your channel before we hit it today.
Okay, well, my channel does have video scripts written. There's some that need to be edited and some that need to be written from outlines because I've progressed up to about 8 or 9 potential video ideas. So that's a good thing. So once I get going, it'll be hopefully rolling along. And it is taking various storytelling methodology from my time as an artist and a writer and doing both my entire life and putting it under a Sherlockian microscope and breaking down that craft for you, the viewer, in hopes of making your journey easier.
Well, we all could use a little bit easier. So I'm Lisa Daly. I'm a traditionally published author of both nonfiction and fiction. I tend to write contemporary romance, romantic comedy, and I'm super, super glad that all of you guys were here today and that you were, sitting through my painful technical glitches and the fact that I randomly disappeared multiple times. So, oh, this is sweet. Doll says, you've been missed, Robert, but I'm glad to hear you have all this awesome stuff in the works. Love, love,
I
love.
appreciate that. I think my social media will probably be back on around April. And by that time, I'll either be finished or just about finished with the current draft. And since things are going well, I'm just keeping it going and not changing up the formula.
I think that is an excellent, excellent strategy. Well, you guys, thank you so much for being here today. We are, I don't know, I just love writing with you guys. So I'm so glad that everybody was here. I'm glad we had some new people. That was kind of fun. And well, it's not kind of, it was super fun. Super fun. Anyway, and once again, I'm wearing a sundress. I'm not naked. So which is probably good to announce, because if I were naked and we didn't have, we had 18 people on the street, that would be really bad for my self-esteem. There will be no naked
body
street.
voice. I don't even have a body. So.
Right. You could be naked right now, right? Yeah, very good. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. We love you. You are fantastic. Mama Word says Jules is up next for sprints. So click that link and you can keep the party going with Jules. Very nice, you guys. All right, we will see you next Wednesday. Bye, everybody.
Waving.